What's up, YouTubers? So before we can start with this video, on Get Up, they're going to be talking about, is there a chance that the New York Giants might get rid of Saquon Barkley? So let's see what they have to say about that.
If the first few weeks of 2020 continue to unfold in a similar fashion, the Giants have to begin considering a world where moving Barkley and maximizing his return while another club might be willing to deal a first-round pick isn't a totally outrageous concept. When I first read that, I almost fell out of my chair, but maybe it makes sense. Ryan Clark, what do you think?
You got to be kidding me. I don't even know why this would be a topic. I don't even know why they would even remotely think about getting rid of Saquon Barkley.
I think that's crazy. Listen, you don't work your whole life to buy the sports car that you really wanted and then get rid of it because the speed limits around your house are too low. You find ways and you find places to use it, and that's what you have to do if you're the New York Giants. Let's think back to the triplets of old times with the Cowboys. They were a terrible team in Dallas. You get Michael Irvin, you get Troy Aikman, and then you get Emmitt Smith, and you become a dynasty. You already have Saquon Barkley. You have Daniel Jones. Continue to add pieces to this one great piece that you have in the backfield. The reason Dave Gettleman drafted Saquon Barkley with the number 2 pick overall was because he was special, because he was different. And you have to find ways to use special, find ways to use different. And it's going to take great coaching by Jason Garrett. It's going to take Joe Judge.
He said it's going to take great coaching by Jason Garrett. Yeah, just ask the Dallas Cowboys all about Jason Garrett's great coaching.
To understand that, and better protection and better production from the offensive line. But you don't just quit right now because things aren't going the way that you want with Saquon Barkley. Over 2,000 total yards as a rookie. He got hurt last year but still played well when he was healthy. And now one game and you want to give up on it? You want to trade him away? This team already gave away one generational talent on the offensive side in O'Dell Beckham Jr. Let's not make that same mistake again with Saquon Barkley, because you struggle now, but you could reap the benefits later if you stick with it and do the right things.
What do you think, Mac?
Yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous that they even consider this, or this would even be a topic. I mean, Saquon Barkley is one of the best running backs in the league at this point in time. But me personally, I'd rather take Ezekiel Elliott, the running back for the Dallas Cowboys, at this point in time, over Saquon Barkley. But that doesn't take anything, or it doesn't take much away from Saquon Barkley that he's a baller and that they shouldn't get rid of him. I don't understand what it is with these teams that are getting rid of some of their star players. I mean, I'm immediately reminded of the Houston Texans letting the DeAndre Hopkins get away from them. I mean, now he's playing for the Arizona Cardinals, and he absolutely balled out last week. So I think he got, 14 catches for like 154 yards last week in week 1. I mean, these teams just do not learn. Saquon Barkley is a guy you want to keep and build around him. So let's continue.
Hey.
Yeah, I agree with RC here. The fact that Saquon Barkley is a pillar piece that you can build an offense around is something you would not want to get rid of. And also with Danny Dimes being there, they're both young, and Joe Judge is trying to rebuild a culture in New York for Giants football that is a successful one. Now, he's kind of come back and done old school. Obviously, they're talking about running laps. They're talking about doing this and doing that. In Saquon Barkley, if you listen to what Herbstreit and Fowler said on Monday night, he's one of the guys who's bought in completely to that. So whenever your best players on your team are buying into the new initiative that the new coach is trying to put in, you never want that person to leave the locker room. Now, if you were Saquon Barkley's friends and team or agent, you might want him to get the hell out of there because that offensive line looks like it has more holes than most Swiss cheese, and he was getting blown up before he was even getting the ball a lot of.
Yeah, and part of that's because they got rid of O'Dell Beckham Jr., which took away a dimension of their offense. And now everybody knows their defense knows they're going to stack the box and get ready for Saquon Barkley. That's why he's getting tore up. Like I said before, this is absolutely ridiculous that they think of getting rid of him. Saquon Barkley is definitely a guy you want to build around. And I forgot what else I was going to say. So let's continue.
Time. But if you're Saquon Barkley and you've bought into the Joe Judge process of going old school, traditional, we're going to work harder than everybody else, we're going to do the Patriot way, and you have Danny Dimes, if you can fix that offensive line in the next year or two, I'm talking about Saquon Barkley rise back into prominence as being one of the best running backs in football. I don't think now is the time to get rid of Saquon.